Hello, I'm Colonel Steve Akeley. Since I live in St. Louis, I find myself traveling to bourbon country by myself quite frequently. Exploring the best that Kentucky has to offer by yourself is actually quite fun. When it comes to drinking bourbon though, that's something that I like to do with my friends. Inevitably, when you are drinking bourbon, you end up talking about things that you used to do. Fun things that you used to enjoy on TV, pop culture, that type of thing. And that's exactly what this show is. We're gonna get together with some friends, drink, and we're gonna reminisce. Welcome to Bourbon Reminiscing.
Schoolhouse Rock. I was like, I'm a Bill, I'm just a Bill.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's way too young for that shit. And then it's like, yeah, I'm a Bill, and then I become a Bill, and he's standing on the steps and doing whatever, and they're rocking it out.
You probably don't remember him.
I remember Schoolhouse Rock. Hell yeah, I remember Schoolhouse Rock.
Really? You don't remember Spuds McKenzie, but you remember Schoolhouse Rock?
Well, yeah, because I went to like a Catholic grade school with no money, and like they would wheel in the TV on the stand with
Really?
the VCR and plop in school. Yes.
They played that for you in
This is how I
school?
learned about things like the Bill and Capitol Hill.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. The triangle, the
You don't
three.
remember Schoolhouse Rock?
The power of
I
three.
remember Schoolhouse Rock.
I didn't know that was actually a song. I found that song like a couple years ago.
Oh my
do this?
gosh, let me hold
Here, you
it.
can hold that.
You own this?
I own that.
You bought it on DVD?
Yes, right. Didn't you see the commercial where they promote it? You can buy it. It's a classic.
This is amazing. This is how I learned how to make a bill. I'm just
It's a
a
bill on Capitol
Capitol
Hill. One of my favorite. One's right there.
Preamble. This is also how I know the preamble to the Constitution.
Really?
Yeah. And the beginning of the Declaration of Independence. Yeah,
I learned how to
yeah.
tell the difference between an adverb and an adjective and some of the other.
Oh, you learned lots of skills from this.
I think these were some of the most
Not just
educational and
history.
well versed because of what Disney did.
Yeah. I need more kids to watch this. I actually need some grown-ups to watch this.
I think we need most of Congress to watch this.
That would be a great idea.
I think we'd actually start seeing more things get done if they did that.
Yeah, maybe we can have a viewing party, but we can tell them it's something different, and we can lock them in
Although I
with
think
healthy treats, and then make them watch.
No, I think some of it might be over their head though.
But I think like one dude was involved. I can't even talk about it. What's his name? Bill Cosby. Yeah, and they kind of threw him out or something. I don't know. He was not good.
And I listened to it like 100 times. Well, I thought it was a Schoolhouse Rock. I thought it was. I didn't know that was an actual song by a band. I can't remember who the band is, but the three, you know.
Yeah.
303.
I wonder if
a magic number.
Can you like download all those Schoolhouse Rocks now? Surely.
I'm sure you can stream them or something, but no, I'm sure you can download anything. But yeah, I'm sure you
I
can
need to
stream them.
hand this down to the next generation.
Yeah, it's important because
It
it's
is.
all. I mean, it's timeless. I know I've said that before, but I mean, how a bill gets passed through the government. I mean, that hasn't changed, has it? And it's a good way for kids to learn. It's a good way for kids to learn how that works.
I obviously learned so
And
much.
and
from-
3 being a magic number, is it no longer magic? Does it take 3 legs to make a tripod or to make a table stand?
Hump day?
Mike. Mike, what day is it? Mike.
I think of all the commercials that stand the test of time, that is one. All the Geico commercials are pretty good. That one's the funniest, I think.
Yeah.
I liked them at first, but they got freaking annoying as hell. But I see they brought it back.
All the classics.
I guess they had someone won the contest, and they're all pissed because the camel got his own trailer. So, but they were funny in the beginning, but they got pretty annoying at the end of its run.
And I had a friend that would always go around, was it Mike, and she would just say it all the time, and I was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
Yeah, let's move on from this situation.
But he doesn't. The camel is the best, and then the one where they're at the zoo. Yeah, do that one.
Yeah. There's nothing to do. Like everybody's just saying, it's Wednesday, it's hump day. Mike, what day is it? Hump day. And then the camels are talking to each other, and the one is like, it's not even Wednesday, and the other one says, let it go, Phil.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. So that thing's still going. It's at the time it was one of the first commercials where they took just like an old saying, everybody knows Wednesday's hump day. It actually, to me, now every day of the week's got some sort of name to it. So it's Taco Tuesday and it's whatever Friday. The hump day and then that commercial kind of, to me, kicked all that off. So now you can't, there's not a day of a week, there's not a time of the year that goes by where it's not something day or something month or whatever. And I feel like that was part of the pop culture that kicked that off. It was, you had the talking camel, he's walking through. It was genius. Of all the commercials of that time, I think commercials probably have gotten worse over the years, but here in the last couple of 2 or 3 years, due to that one, they've all kind of gotten back up in the humor category. I love that commercial. I thought it was great.
Oh yeah, and just about like everybody that has a mic in their office.
Yeah, exactly.
Every Wednesday you walk in, that's how you greet Mike. Mike. There's your impression that you've been looking for right there. So we did the same thing. There you go, to use that in the outtakes or in the
We need to have a Kyle versus Phil impression off.
Hilarious.
I gotta tell you, I've never seen it. I'm not a cat video watcher.
Oh my gosh.
Never see it.
I don't know him.
I only follow one cat, and his name's Mike the Tiger, and that's it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I love cat videos. It's like if I have a shitty day, I'm putting on a cat video.
I'll have to check it out because I've never really watched any cat other than what you see on TV and stuff.
Yeah, it's the one with the sweater, right? It's like he's just jamming out.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it's in a commercial for something too. Probably like a Target commercial, I think.
Okay, so first of all, are you a cat person or a dog person?
I'm really more of a dog person. And I realize that some people think that makes me shallow, but I really like it's that happy bond, because dogs are like, I'm so glad to see you today, and cats are like, who the fuck said you could come on this stage area right here? Get out of my space.
Cats are surly, but I think that cat video showed exactly how cats can be cool. Because he's having fun, he's playing some tunes. And what I loved about that is, the cat was already dead when he got popular on YouTube.
Was he really?
Yes.
It's dumb. And the cat is on Benadryl.
What's he look like playing? Put your drink down and show us what he looks like.
Okay. Keyboard cat.
So, the cat looks like a puppet to me.
Well, obviously someone is manipulating the arms so that it's playing the keyboard.
Yeah, it's doing the. It's
but
just
also the cat doesn't give a shit while this is going on.
So I wish my cats were that cool.
No, mine will scratch my face off if I
mine
tried
would
any
too.
of that.
My cat would not have it.
It also has an outfit on. Like, how do you even do that with a cat?
So I can't dress. I dress my dogs, but I can't dress my cat.
No, because the cat will take your face off.
Yeah, they would be so mad. But my cats are assholes, and they like to walk across keyboards.
Yes,
but not in any like filmable fashion. They're just
and they're probably not playing like a song that you could use.
They're
either.
just typing random things.
No, mine get upset like when I'm in there writing or singing or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They come in and I don't know if they're trying to add to what I'm doing or if they're just
trying to help you.
pissed or they think I'm hurt or something, but they will definitely express their displeasure with what is going on and then walk across the keyboard too. Yeah. But they don't ever sit down and just play chopsticks like that.
No. So
no.
Like kudos to that cat and their owners, because maybe they trained it. I can't train my cats. Or drugged it. Justine thought they drugged it.
I bet they did.
So maybe they did.
Maybe, yeah.
Dana, show them what it looks like. So
He's going like. That was sober, you know. It's the best. Does he glass on? It's good.
All right, I'm drinking.
I didn't know that.
I think the video was really done in like the mid 80s, but he posted it in like 2007 or 2008.
Why did he wait so long?
Well,
oh wait, was there not YouTube?
YouTube wasn't around then.
Oh
no.
wow! I can hardly remember when YouTube wasn't a thing. We have too much technology in our lives. We do. But it brings us happy things like cats playing piano.
Cats playing piano, cats doing all kinds of wonderful fun things. I think regular cats are just like surly and they don't really like have a lot of fun. I think dogs are better. But cats, when they start having an attitude like that, they are a blast.
That's true. They can be really fun. We need a next generation cat playing piano. But like a cat playing Pokemon Go or something like that.
They just walk out in the street and get hit. Yeah.
I had zero idea what it was until the way down here, and I Googled it. And there's like 20,000 people that subscribe to this cat playing a freaking piano on Benadryl channel. It's dumb.
I agree. Which begs the question, what makes a video go viral? Like, you can put some stupid stuff on there and it'll get 20 million views. That's just one of those. I think it was some like dad that wanted to make his kids laugh, so he gave the cat a bunch of Benadryl, knocked it out, and then made him play the piano. We can only hope that the cat came back to life, though, like he woke up, right?
I mean, they keep making videos.
We're animal friendly on this note.
Unless they replaced it with another one that looked exactly like it.
Love it.
So, yeah.
New England clam chowder.
Oh, the clam chowder's so good.
It is, God. I am a big fan of is the tomato soup.
I hate tomato soup. I hate it. Now the chicken noodle, like when I was sick, my mom was like, oh yeah, eat this. And then
that stuff has no medicinal properties whatsoever.
He said, it says put a can of water in it. But what I do, look, wait a minute.
It's hot water. It has the medicinal property of hot
water. You're so
water.
wrong.
What is in chicken noodle soup?
Dude, the chicken noodle soup.
It's the cure-all.
It says put a can of water in, like when you put good on a stove or put it in a microwave or whatever.
Who cooks it on a stove?
So Campbell's soup, when I was growing up, Campbell's soup was one of the big iconic food commercials. So you had all the kids and all the different soups, and they had I think it's the vegetable soup had the alphabet soup had the letters and all the noodles, shapes, and all that jazz. I'm not a soup guy, so it wasn't a big deal to me like eating and consumption. But as far as pop culture, it was the only brand of soup that anybody knew was Campbell's. Like if it was soup, it was Campbell's, period. That's just the way it was.
You got to put no water in it and just cook the can.
That's the trick.
Not in the microwave. Water. Yeah, no water is the total trick. Makes you well. All right, I'm with Jason on this. The way soup, the way they tell you to do it, you dump out the soup in the pan, then you fill it full of water and dump that in there. That's no go. Just the soup, just the concentrated, condensed stuff that's in the can is good enough.
You like Campbell's soup?
I grew peppers for them for 2 years.
Yeah, you did. You just told me that the other day.
What did you do for?
He grew peppers.
Grew peppers for Campbell's soup. Okay.
I grew bell peppers.
So you got to be pretty fond of them, right? Good folks at Campbell's.
Fond of their money.
What about their product? You ever eat Campbell's soup?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Chicken noodle soup.
All right. Chicken noodle. Maybe you're feeling down, a little sick, maybe a little tummy ache. You have a little chicken noodle soup.
I didn't eat it for that reason. I ate it because I liked it.
If you were sick, Royce and I would prepare you some Campbell's soup right now.
I don't know.
That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it?
You don't get sick. You've never been sick.
No.
No?
Yeah.
No. stronger
stroke,
than we are.
this and that.
Yeah, he's strong. Yeah,
He's
he's
stronger
strong.
than us.
But as far as
6. You never I think I've ever seen you take any antibiotics or been sick.
I don't take dope.
Don't take that. So not even soup though.
I don't take dope.
What a Tylenol is Tylenol dope too?
Huh?
Like a Tylenol? Could you take a Tylenol?
I don't know. My belly won't let me take them.
No.
Oh yeah, we had plenty of Campbell soup growing up in my household as well. I think as a kid, I pretty much stuck to the chicken noodle soup and the vegetable beef soup, but you always had to put like a whole can of water in there with it, so it made it so runny. I would always take like a half a bag of saltine crackers, smash them up, dump them in there, mix it up to make it a little bit thicker as a kid, so I wouldn't just be feeling like I was drinking broth.
I just watched Back to the Future Part 3 today.
Is there a 3?
Yeah. Call me what you will. It's a good trilogy.
I think I don't know. I saw maybe one of them.
Bob Zemeckis is a genius.
Who?
Bob is the director, the writer. I think it was Ghostbusters too, wasn't it? Was that? No, that was Harold Ramis.
Back to the Future trilogy. I remember watching Back to the Future, seen it quite a few times. I was never like into it. What was the one where they were like, why are you looking at me like that?
You were never into it? You were never into Back to the Future?
Like,
you
I'll
weren't
watch
like
it.
cheering whenever he beat up Biff? Or...
I was never cheering.
You weren't?
No.
Oh, man.
I never cheered during Back to the Future.
Oh,
any of them.
But
what was the one with like the Wild Wild West? And,
Yeah,
like,
that's
the train?
3.
That was the third
Yeah.
one?
They had a
See,
time
that
travel.
one kind of ruined it for me. The third in a series usually ruins it for me.
Yeah.
Home Alone 3, over it. Mighty
Yep.
Ducks 3.
I loved Back to the Future when it first came out. I went to the movie theater to see these, but I feel robbed. I was promised so many things that were just what the future could be for us. I want the hoverboard. I want the self-lacing Nike shoes. I want all those things that haven't come out yet. The only thing that has actually happened, I saw, Trump was president in Back to the Future 3.
And the Cubs won the World Series.
True, they predict that too.
Yeah, not the right year, but it was damn close.
Damn close, that's right.
I only like the first one.
I do too.
The third one, is that the one where they go to the Wild West?
It's weird.
It's terrible.
It got like
No,
it got
the second
too.
Is it the second one?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't even know. I stopped after the first one.
Because the first one was so good and
Yeah.
so iconic, and then they were like, "Oh, we had a good thing. Let's keep going," and you ruined it.
Yeah.
Stop with the first one.
Totally
Stop
agree.
with a good thing. Know
Yes.
when you have a good thing
Yeah.
and stop.
But let's be honest, the first one is still not all that good.
But it's such like a pop culture piece.
Yeah.
That
They shouldn't have pushed it. There's a lot of things that shouldn't have been trilogies.
hate it. Oh my
Right.
god, there's so many things that shouldn't be trilogies.
Yeah.
So many
Some things don't need sequels.
When you're flying around a DeLorean, you try to sell a bunch of cocaine to save his car company.
I think that's the wrong movie.
No, it's the first movie, right? It's a DeLorean.
Yeah, it's a DeLorean, but they weren't in Vegas.
Well, I'm talking about the car company, and he was a piece of shit.
But yeah, no, Back to the Future. I mean, do you want a DeLorean after seeing Back to the
No.
Future? Why not?
I don't.
It wasn't.
I
the
don't want to
doors-
time travel,
the
and I don't
doors-
want a DeLorean. If there's anything that movie's supposed to teach you, is that like messing with time is a bad thing.
Exactly. Can you
Stay away
believe-
from it.
can
And here
you-
you are, like, I want a DeLorean.
No,
when
no,
grow
I didn't
up.
want a time machine DeLorean. I know that's not possible, but to drive one to school.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Oh, I love The Big Lebowski. I do. It's one of those weird movies that I wish they showed on planes more often, so that the person in the seat next to you on every occasion would just be like they don't want to look, but like they can't help it.
Lebowski. A lot of Louisville ties.
And why is that? Because I didn't get it that they have the fest here. I don't understand it.
One guy had the idea to start Lebowski Fest. He was a fan of the movie, and he made it happen. And he was going to do a Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee's Big Adventure thing, but it never came out.
I wonder why. And that's funny. It never came out.
The Big Lebowski. Oh, one of the greatest movies of all time. Clearly, you watched that one. If not, I'm gonna come over to your house and we're gonna watch it. We're gonna throw that in. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. Called The Big Lebowski. It's kind of a caper. You don't know what's going on. The guy's kind of lazy. Gets confused with someone else, and they
From
try
the
to
80s,
squeeze him some money. Yeah.
smokes marijuana and goes crazy.
Yeah. There's some marijuana involved in that. Yeah. He's gonna enjoy that.
He's got that gun at the bowling alley.
Yeah, he takes out a gun at the bowling alley because the guy, went across the line.
Taking part.
But yeah, no, The Big Lebowski is one of those movies, I think, that, you ask someone out of the blue, what's your favorite movie? They're not even going to think of The Big Lebowski. But when you ask someone, have you seen The Big Lebowski? Their response is 99% of the time, of course not you. You couldn't prove my point, but that's my favorite movie ever. The Big Lebowski was, when you think of it, it's really, there's a lot of good scenes in it. And there's a lot of good, good stuff you can, like nobody messes with the Jesus and all that stuff. And
I would say The Big Lebowski is one of the most quotable movies of the last 25 years.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, strange, sometimes dark. I don't know.
I love John Turturro's character, Jesus, and that scene where he licks the bowling ball.
I don't remember that, but
it's a small role, but he makes the most of it.
But they have the fest here still.
And they have people showing up wearing the same sweaters that Lebowski wears in the whole movie.
And that's just a little scary.
Yeah.
But, whatever. What are you going to do?
Philip Seymour Hoffman's in that movie. John Goodman's in that movie. A lot of famous people.
All I think of is White Russians, and then I'm like...
It sparked a White Russian craze for a while. People love the White Russians. And not right away, but as the movie got a cult personality, people who never drank vodka or cream or anything decided they needed to have a White Russian.
Well, that begs the question, who thought milk and vodka went well?
Yeah.
I love Elvis.
Who doesn't love Elvis?
I don't know. I love it. Favorite song by Elvis?
I don't know.
I like Blue
In
Christmas.
the Ghetto.
In the Ghetto.
Huge Elvis fan. Love Elvis Presley.
Yes.
My wife hates him.
What?
I love him.
I love him too. Grew up on it. Well, he's a Tennessee guy, so naturally, and my family's always loved him. We've done Graceland like 3 times.
I've been to Graceland a few times, but isn't he technically a Mississippi guy then?
Boy, he was living in
Tupelo?
Tennessee though.
It was all on you. I hate Elvis.
Really?
I don't like Elvis.
I'm not a huge fan either. First experience with Elvis in my entire life. My parents were never Elvis fans, so my mom and dad were like Beatles, Fleetwood Mac, and all that stuff. So they'd always play those records.
Yeah.
No Elvis.
No Elvis in my household.
No. And the first ever time I ever saw the name Elvis, and this is hilarious. I was a little kid, probably 4 or 5, and I was in the bathroom of a gas station, and there was graffiti on the wall.
This is going to a very weird place very quickly.
It really ends nicely.
The first time I saw Elvis.
No. The first time I ever heard of Elvis. I see graffiti on the wall. I read it. I must have been able to read, so I was probably like, older, 5 or 6. But anyway, I read it, and then I go ask my parents, why did they say Elvis has a stinky butt?
If that's what it said?
Yeah, the graffiti on the wall said Elvis had a stinky butt. Because, he died on the toilet.
Oh, thank you very much.
I want to make my lip do that so bad. You can kind of do it. You can kind of do it. Am I doing it?
Yeah, keep doing that. Yeah, keep doing that.
I really want to do it. I do. Like
there's some days I feel like Elvis Presley, mostly the fat Elvis. But so I remember seeing these movies as a kid. They'd be on, and it was like, who is this guy? I could never get into how he was so popular. I know that the flowing hair.
Which is called a pompadour hairstyle, by the way.
And the lip thing. You're right. You had the lip thing going on.
Yeah, it was like quivered.
But he did make the PB and jelly and banana sandwiches very popular.
And you can actually, almost everywhere that you go now, it's like there's a peanut butter and banana something.
Mm-hmm.
There's a milkshake and it's the Elvis Presley. There's a sandwich and it's the Elvis. There's like dessert bars that are the Elvis. And it's just that banana
He's popular
component.
again. I don't think people even know who he is, but he's popular again.
Fan, not a fan?
Indifferent.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's some people like, my best friend's probably going to kill me because she's like a super fan and she lives in Memphis and she's been to Graceland like 100 times and she knows when his birthday and death day and everything are and watched all of his movies growing up. And whenever she would like be like, hey, I'm going to watch Blue Hawaii or whatever it was, I'd be like, I'm be in the other room because I don't care.
So I get for his time, he was like he's handsome. He was a handsome man.
Yeah.
And he did things that were like probably controversial for the time.
The hips. Remember they would only film him from the waist up because his hips were too much and people would pass out.
And I get that, and he did a lot of things. I don't think he's a great singer.
I agree.
I was watching South Park one day, and they were going to pick up Kenny, and Kenny lived in the ghetto, and Carmen was strolling down to see
in the ghetto?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was hilarious.
I have never seen an episode of The Sopranos.
What?
I know. But one time, I lived in New Orleans. It was the weekend that I moved there. And there's this Italian restaurant in the French Quarter on Decatur Street. It's called Frank's.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom and dad and I decided to walk in there. And like we sat down and we're having pasta. And they're like playing cards and like drinking heavily, like all of the staff behind us at another table. And like occasionally getting up to meet our needs. And then we hear them like whispering about like some pretty sketchy stuff, like people, the things they got to take care of and whatnot. And I'm like, I think that if I did watch The Sopranos, I would have just experienced an episode. Like this is what it would be like. That was that family.
Loved it. It was to me on my list has been surpassed, but at the time that it came out, it was the single greatest TV series of all time for me. It was because it was on HBO. They had the ability to make it uncut, unfiltered. You felt like, if you didn't know any better, you felt like that's how the mafia was. That's exactly how they interacted. There was enough of the serious stuff with the kind of comedy and the family drama and you just felt like that. That's what it would be like to live in that world. Tony Soprano is one of the greatest characters ever, in my opinion. At least in my lifetime, is one of the single greatest characters. But there's a ton of different other characters in it. It's just, if you like mob stuff, it's not going to be beaten in the genre of mob series. It's not going to be beaten. It's going to be the best of all time.
Actually, I just got done rewatching that series.
Love it.
Yeah, James Gandolfini was awesome.
Unfortunately, I can't believe he's passed away. That sucks ass.
The ending, I'm still.
The ending was a little tough.
I think it was a smart way to end it. Like I was a little mad. I remember being invested in the show, and like, really, this is what the hell.
Yeah, I'm real big into like gangster movies and mob stuff. Yep, but whenever that came out, it was I was wrapping up the end of my high school career and going into college. I couldn't afford HBO in college, so I didn't get to watch it while it was out. So I only got to see bits and pieces of it as it would come back on again later after the show went off, because it quit. I think airing in 2007, I believe, was the end of the last.
It's been a while now.
Yeah, so I didn't get out of college until 2008, so I didn't get to watch any of it while it was live. It was one of those things that it was the after the fact type of show for me. I wasn't following along with the rest of the crowd whenever it happened. But I love those types of shows and movies, so I'm actually got it in the queue right now on my list on, I believe it's Amazon maybe now is who's got it now, where I can actually watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
I can just go through
today's
and
possibility. There's no reason not to go back and watch that.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's enough access to it between Amazon and Netflix or whatever that you can go back and watch it. It's worth it.
I did not watch Sopranos when it first came out. I actually started binging it earlier this year and watched the entire series.
Is it like The Godfather but drawn out?
Very much like that. Very much. But the characters are great. In fact, I met the actor who plays Pussy.
Really?
He comes to Louisville a couple times, for the last few years.
For bourbon?
For a bourbon event.
Nice.
And just a super, super nice guy. And I got to know him and meet him a couple times, and I thought he was great, but I had no idea what his character was going to be like in this TV show. So then I started watching it. I was so let down to realize he was a snitch, and they killed him. I was so sad when he died off. Like, how can you kill Pussy?
Never a huge viewer. I didn't have the HBO, so I knew about it, and I liked what I saw, but I didn't see a ton of it.
I've seen every episode.
Wow, there we go.
Tony was my hero for a while.
All right.
And he's a cheater too.
Yes. That's what half the premise of the show was, right?
No, it was more about Godfather-like intentions.
And like his therapy he needed, like his hang-ups.
Yeah, it was like a mobster with a therapist.
I know one thing people still talk about, even though it's been off the air for several years, is the ending. What'd you think of the ending?
I didn't hate it. I mean, he said 2 seasons before that when he thought of death, he thought of everything going black. See, so come to the ending, everything went black.
Tony died.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to know.
That's what we're supposed. I mean, it could have been a better ending, but You take what you can get.
For a while, and I'm sure he got killed in the show because they almost all did. But they had one of my favorite actors in it, Joe Pantalone.
Yeah. He was
like the bad guy for a season, right?
He was real bad, but you could just see it coming, and you're like, it's going too slow that they haven't killed him yet. And how did he die? Oh, Tony beat him to death.
Sure. It's a good way to go, Vinny.
You remember from years ago the good times we used to know. Come on in, join the crew, raise your glass, get ready for some laughs about the past.